you! Just the person I need.
鸟巢。
Samantha, is everything all right?
No, it's not. It's my brother William. He's been cursed. He ignored my warning and now he's lying in St. Mungo's looking completely pathetic. He simply never listens.
I'm sorry. How exactly has he been cursed?
Oh, you won't believe it. Truly, but his feet were turned into purple beets. You can imagine his distress. And mine. I won't even go into the attention he was getting from our garden rabbits before he admitted himself to hospital.
Beats for feet. How hilarious. I mean, how terrible. Horrible. Truly.
You and the entire school may find it funny, but the situation is dire.
好恶劣啊！这
Well,
边笑。
it is an unusual
广啊，怎
situation.
样？
How did your brother end up like this?
It's entirely his own fault. I told him about some research I'd done recently on our ancestor Marmaduke Dale. In particular, my discovery that Marmaduke's tomb was cursed. My brother's always making fun of my discoveries. This time, he laughed in my face. Told me I'd misinterpreted my findings. As if that were possible. And to prove his point, he went right up to the entrance of the tomb and poof! His feet transfigured into beets.
If I'm honest, I'd say he had it coming.
Normally I'd agree with you, but he's my brother. I know what he did showed abysmal
我
judgment
跟你又
on
不
his part.
熟。
And no one deserves such a fate to last forever, especially as the result of a single brainless mistake.
给钱
Now I
啊，
worry
给
that
钱
if
都好
the
办
curse
事，真
isn't
的。
reversed, it could become permanent.
Can't the curse be broken?
Possibly. The curse stems from a crest that was stolen from Marmaduke. If the crest were returned to its rightful place upon his sarcophagus, then I believe that William's feet may be restored. You battled trolls when they attacked Hogsmeade, escaped a dragon, and I could tell by your work and charms that you're a skilled spellcaster.
哎呦，
Turning a crest to a
这填的
sarcophagus should be
不错哦。
almost effortless for you.
真的
So,
很好。
Will you help us?
Why is your ancestor so well known?
He discovered the properties of several magical herbs and plants.
Whoa.
He also uncovered numerous types of
了解
flora.
嘞。
The wizarding world owes him.
How do you know it's safe? I don't want my feet to turn into beets as well.
Oh, but the curse only applies to Marmaduke's descendants, as my brother so aptly demonstrated. That's why I need your help. You're unrelated to my family, so the curse wouldn't affect you.
Why was Marmaduke's tomb cursed?
The curse is the result of an intense sibling rivalry between Granham Dale and his younger brother Marmaduke. Marmaduke was a famed herbologist, and Granham resented the attention that he received.
Sibling rivalry. Sounds as if it might run in the family.
But I would never intentionally curse my brother, not like Granham did. When their mother died, Marmaduke was given the prized family crest. Granham felt that as the eldest child, he should have been given it. Years later, when Marmaduke died, Granham stole it and cursed the tomb so that none in the Dale family could ever pay their respects.
I can take the crest to Marmaduke's sarcophagus for you.
Oh, thank you! Thank you so much! You'll simply go into the tomb where Marmaduke was laid to rest and place the crest on top of his sarcophagus. According to my research, the tomb's been abandoned for centuries, so it should be a fairly simple task. You'll find it just east of the hamlet of
那
Brockborough.
么简单，你继续就好啦。
Thank you for your help. My family is indebted
太
to
扯
you.
了。那这么简单，你自己去就好啦，叫我去。那你有病是不是啊？真的是哦。哦，原来是那个啊，魔鬼那个。
Should have known a herbologist would use devil's snare.
刚刚没看到是注意是这个哎，他直接被缠死。
A troll? You can't be serious. Focus to tell us.
秒杀！秒杀！喝个水，搓一下背刺，裂开。哇，那个天赋太猛了吧！跪下去18000，好舒服。
A sarcophagus. That should reverse the curse. Hopefully.
Inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder. Ugh.
I'm happy to tell you that I returned the crest to Marmaduke's sarcophagus, just as you asked.
I thought as much. I received word from St. Mungo's that my brother's feet are back to normal. No more beats. Oh, I cannot thank you enough.
It
wasn't too much trouble, I hope.
Well, there was a troll in the tomb.
A troll? Oh dear, I'm so sorry. That's awful. No one has been in that tomb for centuries. But I can't say I'm surprised. Marmaduke seems to have been full of surprises.
Indeed he was.
Well, I suppose I should be going. I'm anxious to see my brother, who must be elated to have his feet back.
Of course. I certainly would be.
William and I are forever in your debt. Thank you again for what you did.
Revelio.
看这个这么明显，妈就我又不相信，只有我们3个人知道，超瞎。
You'll never believe what I've learned.
What did you discover in the spellbook we found in the scriptorium?
Salazar Slytherin's spellbook was a little difficult to interpret, but fascinating. Evidently, he encouraged teaching dark magic at Hogwarts. Neither the Imperious Curse nor the Killing Curse was unforgivable during his time. He believed students should be prepared to use dark magic when necessary, not to fear it. That's why we had to use Crucio to gain access to the scriptorium. He didn't want his knowledge shared with anyone who was afraid of the power of dark magic.
我很后悔使用的那种，我才不后悔，
It
超
was
强，
hard to do,
好不好？
but
超强。
casting Crucio was our only option.
And I'm glad we did it, because in the spellbook I also found something else. References to a lost relic, which, from what I can tell, grants the holder the power to reverse dark magic curses.
And you think this relic might be able to save Anne?
Precisely. I plan to search for this relic, but I don't think we should tell anyone. Especially Ominous. He wouldn't understand.
I see no reason to involve Ominous.
I'm glad you agree. When I know more, I shall send an owl. And don't feel sorry for Ominous. Keeping this to ourselves for now is for his own good.
I'll decide what's for my own good.
Ominous, we were just about to get some air. Care to join?
You're a liar, Sebastian. I heard everything. You swore you'd never engage in anything to do with dark magic again.
No, I didn't. I said I understood you wanting that. I'd never swear to give up on finding a cure for Anne.
You don't know when to stop, do you?
I know when not to stop. Leave this alone, Ominous. I'll be on my way.
I am not letting this go.
Ominous, Sebastian meant well.
I know what I heard. You knew I wouldn't agree with this. Going after that relic is not a good idea. Sebastian doesn't even realize it, but he's as irresponsible and reckless now as his parents were years ago. It's why they died.
I knew his parents died, but I never heard what happened.
Mr. and Mrs. Sallow were professors. Spent nearly every waking moment in the cellar library. Noses buried in books. Anne and Sebastian were upstairs when it happened. They heard a sudden crash and ran downstairs, but it was too late. Their parents had crumpled to the floor. A defect with the lamp in the cellar caused the room to fill with an undetectable toxin. Sebastian and Anne were helpless. They had no magic yet.
What a horrible story.
It is. That's why I can't understand Sebastian's recklessness. I've practically lost Anne. I cannot lose Sebastian too. Please avoid anything to do with that spellbook.
Those references in the book seem promising.
Everything to do with Salazar Slytherin seems promising until it's too late. I hope Sebastian pursues this no further, but if you think he might, please let me know. It would mean a lot.
我好恶心。迪克交谈。那哥布林你知道干嘛？白色哥布林。
Spare a moment. Deke has an idea to share with you.
Hello, Deke. You wanted to talk to me?
Indeed. Deke thought you might want to learn how to build a breeding pen so that you can breed beasts.
可以交配。
That sounds a very good idea.
Rescuing and breeding beasts go hand in hand. Young beasts are particularly vulnerable to poachers. Breeding beasts here in the room will allow us to keep the younger ones safe.
I see. And what do I need to do?
First, bring a pair of beasts to the room. One male, one female. Deke suggests rescuing thestrals, as they're at great risk from poachers. Noble creatures, but their relationship with death gives them a bad reputation. They're prized by poachers for their tail hairs.
I've seen thestrals before, but where would I find a pair of them nearby?
Deke has seen some wild thestrals not too far from the Hogwarts grounds. Then you'll need to purchase a spellcraft for the pen from Tomes and Scrolls and gather the materials it requires. Once you've rescued the thestrals and you have the spellcraft, you come and find Deke.
亡灵之居。
Oh, I do hope Mary and I...
Excuse me, sir. Are you all right?
Excuse me, sir.
Just barely. But I don't want to trouble a student with my woes.
I am indeed a student, but I could very well be able to help you.
I'm not so sure. Name's Crispin Dunn, by the way. I trade in the surrounding hamlets. Do the most business in Arranshire. A lovely little hamlet. Just stunning gardens. Just the other day, the Daily Prophet ran an article on its scenic hedgerows. Actually, before I go on, I should ask. Are you afraid of spiders?
很怕哦，怕死喽！
You wouldn't know it by how many I've killed lately, but
有钱我就
honestly,
不怕
I'm
了。
terrified of spiders.
Lucky you. Sounds as though you've been able
有钱
to
我就不怕了，
overcome
有
your
钱我
fears
什么
to
都
a
不怕。
degree. You may not like what I have to say next. The hamlet's overrun with the vile things, and are acting abnormally aggressively. I'm concerned about my customers, of course, but it appears that most of the hamlet's residents fled to safety. It's my friend Mary I worry about. I haven't heard from her, and I fear she's trapped in her cottage.
Understandable. But why don't you check on her
落
yourself?
荒而
I
逃。
would, but I have a crippling fear of the eight-legged
我就知道。
beasts, which I,
哇飞
unlike you, seem incapable of conquering. I don't know what to do. Can you think of anyone who can help Mary?
Why didn't you ask the ministry for help?
I did. Reached out to anyone who would listen. Tried Minister Spout, old
Bobby.
Spavin himself. But evidently they have their hands full with who knows what else. It seems this little hamlet has to fend for itself.
哎，就没有拿钱啊。 拿个200
Why
块
is it you
，200
can't
金
conquer
币给
your
他
fear of，spiders?
他还不
When I was a
理吗
small child, I was being tormented and chased by a group of local bullies and slid into the hollow of a tree to hide. Within moments, spiders were crawling over every inch of my body. Seemed I'd stumbled on a nest. I couldn't move, paralysed by fear of the spiders and an equally profound fear of the wizards I knew were just outside the tree. I was there for what seemed hours.
拿
I
小
can feel their legs on me now just talking about it. Ugh.
Why are there so many spiders in Arranshire all of a sudden?
I honestly don't know. I've never seen so many spiders in all of my life. It's almost as if someone's breeding them. They've trapped the entire hamlet in webs. I was lucky to escape it all. Mary always has a way with these beasts. It's very concerning not to hear from her.
I'll try my very best, Mr. Dunn.
Please do. If you can think of anyone that may be brave enough to help, I'd appreciate it. Thank you. They'll find Arranshire southeast of Hogsmeade, just below the train station.
优解的网，等一下，我先去冷冻。
This must be Arranshire. I'd best keep an eye out for spiders.
Oh, yo.
Incendio!
等一下，等一下。啊，打错了。过来。哎呦，打错去啦。
Confringo! Incendio! Confringo! Incendio!
哎呦！你看，哇！哇！这被打死！
Arresting the Incendio!
哇，有够炮！
Surely that's the last of them.
Mary
Revelio.
啊，他隔壁了。下课，下课，下课。
Oh no, this must be Mary.
还
Poor
真还
woman.
真下课了。
If Mary was breeding these things in her cellar, that means there are more underground. I'll need to destroy every last spider in that cellar if this is to end. Revelio.
有点简单。
Alohomora. Revelio.
寻找感染源。
Seems a pleasant enough little place.
哎呦，里面应该不会有大嘎嘎吧？有。
This is where Mary bred the spiders. They're not here now. Revelio.
有好多。哇， 老虎跑进去，不就变成午餐了吗？
Well, this isn't a good sign. These spiders have gone somewhere. A ladder. I'm not sure I want to know where this leads. Best be ready for whatever I may find down there. Exacts. I need to find and destroy all of these before the situation gets even worse.
好，我知道。先看一下几只。我要吸后面那一只，不要挡。对，压过。哎。
That's one exact destroyed. I should get the rest. Shame you're so foul.
还是以后直接用偷的比较快。
Rebellion. Bombarda. Rebellion. Rebellion. I hate to think that they see me, but I don't see them. Confringo. Revelio.
甩刀是最快的。先看一下旁边有没有小怪，一只、两只、三头要须啊，三只是哦。 一只来，不花。我想要配就是去秒掉他哎、我想用石化攻击去秒他。哎呦，差不多。
No, wait, that's the last one. And she's angry.
Okay.
Revelio.
真的可以
I still
秒掉。
I'll
哇
be
，8000
having nightmares for the rest of my life after that.
Alfred Lawley's none too pleased. Seems he's been burgled.
Mr. Dunn, I have some news.
Thank Merlin. About my sweet friend Mary.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Dunn. She was an innocent victim.
Poor Mary. Fighting for the amulet to the bitter end, no doubt.
啊，消他
A
们喜
noble
耶，
sacrifice.
爱
She truly was a remarkable woman. Remarkable.
钱。
She didn't deserve this. Few do.
I am sorry about your friend, but you'll be relieved to know that I cleared out the spiders. It's safe to return now.
You? You cleared out the spiders? I can't believe
那必
it.
须
But I'm certainly
你给
relieved.
钱我什么
I
都不
imagine the
怕，你
first
没有
order
给
of
钱我
business
什
will
么
be
都
to
不
help
怕
the。amulet rebuild. I suppose I have nothing to fear from dead spiders.
Even so, you'll want to prepare yourself. The place needs something of a cleanup.
Thank you again for all you've done. I shall keep you apprised of the hamlet's
他的马是被
rebuilding.
害死的。
Glad I could be of help, and I look forward to visiting your
Brilliant.
shop the next time I'm in Arranshire.
To dearly departed Mary.
All right. Natty told me what the two of you did.
Highwing's fine. I'm
Hi,
keeping an eye
Meme.
on her. She's safe, Poppy, I promise.
Good. Whatever the poachers are up to, I want Highwing far from it.
You said you had news
OK 啦
about the，
他已经
poachers,
带我带，他
and
已
that
经
some
在
of
我
it
袋
had
子
to
里
do
面了。
with me.
It did. I overheard them talking in the Hogshead, and did you know that they have orders from Victor Rookwood to capture you on sight? Does this have anything to do with Rookwood and Harlow coming for you in the Three Broomsticks after the troll attack?
It does, somewhat. But at the moment, I'm more concerned about what else you heard the poachers are up to.
Fair enough. But I hope you'll let me know if I can be of help, especially after what you did for Highwing. Does the name Horntail Hall mean anything to you?
I'm afraid not. Why? What is it?
The poacher's best kept secret, apparently. The name came up twice, but they never went into detail. I also overheard one of them bragging about all the gold they're
我
making
靠，
at the expense of innocent creatures,
赚我的
undoubtedly.
钱，找死
The！ poachers spoke of this area, and I thought if we searched around a bit, it might give us clues as to what they're doing. If you ever meet my gran, this trip never happened.
Keeping things from Gran, are we?
I normally tell her everything. She might be my best friend after Highwing, but she knows how I feel about the poachers. I think she worries I'll do something ill-advised.
Whatever gave her that idea?
This way.
哦哦，你比那些学生好多了，每个都叫他免费仔，每个人都叫我去死。哟，不错哦。人马，
A centaur. Tread carefully.
我把他抓回去，跟我的鹰马交配一下。
An entire castle to roam, yet you choose to wander here.
Please, we don't want any trouble. We're simply passing
你
through.
在吵，
Do you take us
我
for
把你抓
fools?
回去交配。
That we do not notice more and more of your kind around here, in league with the poachers?
We aren't involved with them. If anything, we want to see them stopped.
I hope for your sake that is true. Our kind is swiftly losing patience with the poachers and those they work with.
所以，哎呦，我以为要刚一下嘞。
He was certainly a charmer.
That could have gone worse. Centaurs aren't exactly fans of wizard kind, and the poachers aren't helping matters.
But why would he think that we had anything to do with poachers?
I did notice the poachers talking with a few villagers in Hogsmeade. I'm not sure why. Perhaps that's why the centaurs are suspicious.
什么东西？哎，鹿、马、羊，你谁？好鹿。哦，哇，那 个蟾蜍
That's the third time I've seen a dugbog behave that violently.
蟾蜍
It
是侵入
seems
的
that a
吗
lot？of beasts have been more aggressive than
这么猛的
usual
吗？
lately.
I've noticed that too.
哇
It's almost
鬼
like
拖
there's
里
something
比
in the
那
water.
那应该是那个吧，鳄鱼吧？
Revelio.
鳄鱼好啊，要把它抓起来做包包。
This is odd.
What is it?
Not entirely sure, but look around. If the poachers were here, perhaps we can find out why.
Why wouldn't they take their cages with them when they left? Pelts. Still smoking. They can't have been gone long. This is goblin metal. Seems out of place in a poacher camp. I should tell Poppy.
Anything
Yeah.
interesting?
Poachers were here. All sorts of evidence. But I found something else. It's goblin made.
I found goblin armor. Let's keep searching, but carefully. Merlin only knows what's going on here. I don't have a good feeling about this.
妈的，等一下有怪来，他妈你不要跑第一个啊！
How do goblin and poacher interests align?
因为好赚呐、
Look, down there. Revelio.
Definitely poachers. No creatures though. So what are they doing out here?
Let's take a closer look.
They
我
won't.
看我能不能点个天赋，不行，没关系。
See us. Should we use disillusionment? Or perhaps a less discreet approach?
那必须。
One foot in front of the next.
Hard to say from up here. Let's get a better lay of the land.
哎，吓死我了！
Revelio.
啊，什么杀？不会高了，高了先打。
I heard something. I know you're there.
哎，丢，哎，哇，我的妈！
One in Merlin. I heard something.
哎，丢，麦当，走，撸，跑！
I've heard centaurs quieter than you.
Intruder in our midst. Someone's going to regret trespassing.
Focus Totalis.
Oh,
Merlin, you'd think they were guarding the Minister for Magic himself. What is going on here?
Only one way to find out.
好可怜。啊，大哥，
What in Merlin's name?
Are those dragons?
啊，他们被套降飞了。
It's a dragon fighting ring.
我要1打10啊！
This is
我要打10个。
Hauntel Hall.
The name makes sense now. And the secrecy.
No wonder the poachers were in Hogsmeade so much. Likely taking bets and spreading the word. Given how crowded it is here, how could they possibly enjoy this? The centaurs have every right to be disgusted with wizardkind. There must be more dragons here. The poachers are far too greedy to run a fighting ring with only 2 dragons. We should take advantage of most eyes being on the fight and look around. But be discreet. You especially can't afford to be spotted. That's a brilliant idea.
地方去啊？哎，这边。
Have you heard from your family? Has either of your brothers come round to our way of thinking? Join us? Who's there? Hello?
哦，这个也蛮高的诶。你这样好下，他会不会发现？应该要被发现。哇塞！
Did you hear those goblins? Ramrock and the poachers must be working together.
Poppy, something's going on behind you. Avelia.
What's going on down there?
哦，好可怜哦。
They must have only just captured her. She's putting up quite the fight.
Not a fair one.
哇！我要跟着他，这条龙该卖可以卖多少钱？
Let's even her, shall we?
我的钱啊！不要伤害我的钱。
What I wouldn't give to be a devil. Look, they've got a dragon egg. Hebridean from the looks of it. We can't leave it here, not with the plans they likely have for it.
这个蛋是我的。
Hello, Amora.
开蛋蛋，开蛋蛋。龙蛋蛋。爆！
All right, I have the egg.
Ready. The element of surprise will only buy us a few seconds.
Let's make them count.
哦，一只切两只。靠腰。哦，8000，哦，好牛逼！等一下，你要把那个吃掉。
You're the one we're looking for, and you brought a friend. You're not going to.
叫人，我也会。 突，快！哇，外高丽菜好囧哎！这个草，这个好牛逼！疯狂抓！ 变种蜥蜴了。变种蜥蜴哦！哇，这家伙好大的火气呀、威力真大哦！哇，那个翅膀都破洞了，这个还有一只哎。还有一只啊，还有一只没救哎！啊，可怜，那一只就是这样被放生了。
That was a Hebridean black.
I'm guessing the egg we have belongs to that dragon.
有点牛逼。
I don't think she knew they had her egg. She wouldn't have left without it.
What now? She didn't exactly leave us a calling card.
I
流赖啊！
don't know.
你给他流赖一下。
Nothing about this day was expected. Not the goblins, and definitely not the fighting ring. The last thing I planned on was a dragon egg. And the poachers saw us, which cannot be good.
Should we expect trouble from the poachers, given the trouble we just caused?
It would be foolish not to expect it. They're not a forgiving lot. I'm sorry to say that you likely have a larger target on your back now because of what we just did.
你又把我害惨了。
Since the dragon we freed flew off, does that mean we get to keep the egg?
I'd much rather we have it than the poachers, at least for now. But I don't think we should keep it indefinitely. It'll be hard hiding something like this from Professor Weasley for long.
We aren't helping ourselves standing here. Let's get to safety. We can sort this
藏
out
在我
later.
的妙妙
You're
屋，
right. If there's anything the poachers are good at, it's tracking their prey. And right now, we're it.
跟我的鹰马，对不对？
Be careful, won't you? I shall see you back at the castle.
Revelio.
对，跟我的鹰马深入交流。嗯？哦，还可以这样子哦。哦，那抓猴子都这样抓就好啦。
Settle down, settle down. Transfiguration, as you may be weary of hearing me say, is an exact science that can take a lifetime to master. But we needn't be daunted. Almost anything can be transformed if you can just perceive the potential within it. As I see in all of you, tremendous witches and wizards, every one of you. Or it could just be my eyesight. Now, you all know what to do.
副教长还要上课哦。
Beautifully done.
You wanted to discuss my progress so far this term, Professor.
I did. You seem to have had no trouble in getting up to speed. And frankly, excelling in your schoolwork this year.
那必须。
Thank you, Professor. The extra assignments have been helpful.
As I suspected they would be. Now, it seems you've been making excellent use of the opportunities presented by your field guide. Of course, the guide isn't the only measure of success. Deke tells me you captured a unicorn and brought it back to the Room of Requirement. Protecting so rare a beast is an accomplishment of which you can be quite proud.
Thank you, Professor.
I will say I'm especially impressed with all you've accomplished in light of the rumors of your extracurricular activities. Were your meetings with Professor Black's house elf and exploration of various caves down by the lake connected in any way to Professor Fig?
Not at all. I was, intrigued by stories of a giant squid and wanted to learn more. I encountered Scrope, who seemed delighted to share what he knew.
I see. I admire your penchant for learning, but do remember that your classwork and field guide are designed to educate you thoroughly. It'll be the end of the year in no time, and you'll want to be well prepared for your OWLs. I'll provide a final assessment at that time to ensure that you're ready for your exams. Until then, well done. You are dismissed.
So frustrating. You wanted to speak with me, Mother?
I had hoped to speak with you alone.
Your message mentioned your concern about an unusual creature that was spotted in the woods near Hogsmeade. That could have been anything.
You know what it was, Natsai.
I am allowed to leave the castle. I am always careful, Mother.
Careful. Officer Singer disagrees. She sent me an owl telling me that you have been trying to collect evidence of some kind against dark wizards. She berated me for not keeping a closer eye on you. And she is right. I do not want you visiting Hogsmeade for the near future.
But Mother!
My little gazelle, you are well-intentioned, but you must not meddle in the affairs of dangerous people.
If someone had meddled in Matabeleland, Father would still be with us.
I must get to class. Perhaps your friend can get you to listen to reason.
So frustrating. She never listens to me.
She called you her little gazelle. Is that a term of endearment where you're from?
It is specific to me. I am the unusual creature in Hogsmeade she mentioned. Self-transfiguration is not taught at Hogwarts, so I am gently discouraged from practicing it. However, I am an animagus, and it is in my gazelle form that I have been able to wander the Highlands rather freely until now. Much to my mother's chagrin. That is how I managed to spy on Rookwood and Harlow.
How does it feel to transform into an animal?
Well, the first time, it can be a bit unnerving. I felt a kind of searing pain and a strong double heartbeat. But it gets easier the more you do it. I no longer feel any pain, and I must say, I find a sense of comfort in the double heartbeat. And I love being able to view the world from a different perspective.
Can you choose what form your animagus will take?
Oh no. A person's animagus form is determined by their personality. My mother is convinced that my form is a gazelle because I adapt well to any situation. I believe it is because I can sense danger and keep my wits about me.
Were you born an animagus, or did you learn to become one?
Animagi are not born. The process is quite elaborate. It involves holding a magic leaf in one's mouth for an entire month. Then placing the leaf in a crystal phial so that it is imbued with moonlight. Then adding one of your own hairs. And that is just the beginning. Self-transfiguration is common among students at Wagadu. But Professor Weasley considers it much too dangerous to teach at Hogwarts.
Now the nickname makes sense. What an extraordinary ability to have.
It is. I love transforming, but Mother is less enthusiastic about it. She says that no creature, especially one as rare as a gazelle, should be bounding about where poaching has become so prevalent. She claims that she has foreseen tragedy befall me in my gazelle form. But she has used her sight to control me too many times. I no longer believe it.
人家刚好又想吃羊肉的时候，你不就倒霉吗？对吧？
We're making good progress. We can't quit now.
I agree. I have never considered quitting, even for a moment. You could have fled the moment you discovered that Rookwood, Harlow, and Randrock were after you, but you did not. I choose to act as you have. I must deal with Rookwood and Harlow, not hide from them. My mother cannot know where I am all the time. Thank you for being here during that rather awkward conversation.
这个很叛逆哦，这个。
Have you ever visited any of the hamlets outside of Hogsmeade?
OK 好，我是刘丁，霍格华兹这节课就到这里下课。喜欢就帮我按个订阅，感谢大家。我们下节课再见，拜拜。